What up, y'all? What it do, y'all? Welcome back to the Club WAM Podcast. I am back. I'm happy to be back. It's your host, Eli, aka Elijah. Y'all already know what to do. Say what up to the people, Brandon.
What up, people?
Say what up to the people, Ant.
What's up, people?
Yo, I miss hearing y'all say that. That's so funny. Um, I for let's speak about myself really quick. I have been gone for the last couple weeks. Um, New baby. Woo, 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 woo. She's healthy. I'm happy. I'm blessed that she's here. Um, yeah, man. So I just been enjoying being a new dad. Again, in a different way. Um, but yeah, man, like we some stuff happened, some stuff didn't really happen. We got some news for y'all before we get into this video per se. Um, the reality is we gonna go on a little break. Not because we don't want to give y'all content. The reality is basketball is kind of slowing down. So we're gonna give y'all videos like this in the meantime until the NBA season load up, and then we're gonna be right back to it. So without further ado, let's get into this episode. Now, ESPN dropped a list. They ranked the top 25 players of the NBA in the 21st century, which means the 2000s, right? We about to go and react to this list. Some of it's gonna be good, some of it might be cap. We're gonna see. Let's see. So let's start with number one. Obviously, they finally got ESPN can do something right. They got LeBron James at number one. Um, Brandon, how you feel about that?
Oh, I mean, it's easy to just say LeBron's number one. It really is. But I think I have a little bit of a challenge to that, to be honest, because I'm sorry, but when I'm pulsing up the air and taking a fadeaway jumper into a trash can, I'm not saying LeBron. I'm saying Kobe. So I'm actually gonna put him up there at one for me.
And
Yeah, same. I respect LeBron. He's definitely top three of the 20th century or 21st century. But yeah, I got Kobe. Like LeBron's amazing. He's an amazing player. Don't get me wrong. Like seen him do some crazy stuff. But the best player that my eyes have ever seen on the court is Kobe Bean Bryant.
okay. All right. Which falls into number two, which is Kobe. Um, we all know Kobe's accomplishments, iconic. Rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, Gigi. They actually did another statue for Kobe and Gianna on 8/2/24. It's a really beautiful statue. Um, Definitely now on my bucket list of things that I have to go see like soon. So,
Yeah.
uh, how do y'all feel about two? Kobe at two. Well, obviously y'all got Kobe at one and LeBron at two, so we can keep going.
Oh wait,
Number
well, that doesn't mean I got Kobe at two,
Okay, so my bad, my bad,
LeBron
my
at two.
bad.
You just
Let me,
immediately assume I got LeBron at two, dog.
hey,
Come on.
hey,
I,
look, I can only tolerate so much disrespect. Go ahead.
hey, I got Tim
Go,
Duncan at two.
Mm.
wow. Why?
15 years at 50 wins. I went to the finals how many times? Won how many times out of those times? I just think that like if we're talking about sustained success and excellence in the sport, I just obviously LeBron's up there. I'm not gonna keep dropping him, but I to me for me for my list, I got TD at two.
You just body slam. You just DDT and LeBron. You just get. Yeah, good. Go ahead, and my bad. Two.
Hey,
You got
man.
two.
I give it to him. I ain't gonna do him like that. I give it to him because in the matchup between him and Steph, between Bron and Steph, I mean, one of those Steph only won because KD. So I can't put Steph over him just off the strength of that alone. So I got Bron at two.
Mm. So here's. I'll give a little bit of light on the 1-2 conversation, right? So if we going off of iconic versus best, I think it's two completely different conversations, right?
Yeah.
Kobe, like as much as I'd be like, yo, LeBron's like to go, like as much as I say that, like Kobe is way more iconic to me for the reasons that y'all name. Like when you do a fadeaway, you be like Kobe. Like people's kids still do that to this day, and they probably never seen Kobe play. Like, um, and like Kobe's death, like his passing, like the truth of the matter is, it's like it's still like haunts people. Like there, Kobe had an impact on a lot of people. Where people like even NBA players, like they cap it, like yeah, I'm doing this for Kobe. Like Kobe wouldn't. No, you're not. Stop it. Like you're not doing it for Kobe. Like you saying it because it sound good, but like Kobe had an unmatched work ethic that like people didn't hate him. Like even though he wasn't quite the likable person until after he retired. Like I couldn't appreciate Kobe until after he was done playing basketball. I was like, wait, that dude, nah, hold on. Kobe was really him for real. Like on another level. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Kobe at 1 and LeBron at 2. Now
Yeah,
3,
he's on that actually.
go ahead.
Oh, for me, it's like during while Kobe was playing, especially during his last couple of years, I for one say that I used to call him overrated all the time until you really go back and like look at what he had to kind of play with and what he had to deal with. Like it's easy to hark on his shot percentage and all that stuff, but I mean you think about who he played with and the difficulty of shots and how many shots and all, like, you know what I mean, it's things like that, the work ethic, like the leadership, the fact that, anytime there was an Olympic squad when he was playing, they always deferred to him. He was always the leader no matter who it was. It's things like that that you don't really recognize until I think honestly, as you grow older, you start to appreciate when people are willing to sacrifice and take a little bit of a hit to their ego, for the greater good.
Yeah. And you got any closing statements?
Yeah, man. To say it without sounding cheesy, like man, for real, Kobe changed the way I look at the game of basketball. Like
Yeah.
he really kind of spoiled me in the sense of like he's the reason why I'm tough on stars now. Where it's like I'm not trying to hear, oh no, we need these guys and all.
That's a
I'm
good
not trying to
point.
hear none of that, bro. I ain't trying to hear it. Get on the court, ball. Show how
Yeah.
good you are, because the most you can do is your contribution to this game. So what are you gonna do for your team to help try to get your team in the win category? Because like watching Kobe, he did everything he possibly could to try to get a win for his team every single time he stepped on the floor. And like just that whole Mamba mentality, all of that in and of itself, man, that's my whole outlook on basketball. It's like how I look at it. Like all these superstars, all these so-called all-stars, these guys, what are you doing to get better next year? What are you doing to get better for the next game? What are you doing to help your team be better than what they were yesterday, what they were last year, whatever?
Yeah.
What are you like you said, people saying they doing it for Kobe. Are you really doing it for Kobe? Because doing it for Kobe is you got to figure out a way to bring every yourself and everything around you up. So yeah.
We all know where we were when he died. Everyone remembers where they were.
Man. Man. Literally. Like that's iconic. That's so I'm not mad. I'm mad at the 1 and 2. Now let's transition a little bit. Number 3, they have Steph Curry, which I'm honestly not that mad at. Um, we all know Steph Curry's accomplishments. Um, 4-time NBA champion, one the greatest shooter to ever play. Period. Probably will be the greatest to ever play. Just the volume of the shots he takes, the type of shots that he takes, um, the way he changed how basketball is played. Where shots that he takes, you're like, yo, that's a bad shot. Not no more. It's not every the shots that are bad shots aren't bad shots for him. And it also it translates right. And I'm gonna let y'all speak on it, but it translates right because now we see like used to go to the basketball courts and stuff like that. Like you see people taking those types of shots. You'd be like, "Yo, like you not Steph Curry," but to them it's like, you know what? Steph Curry's not tall. Steph Curry's not 6'5". He's not 6'7", 6'8". Can jump over everybody, but he can shoot. But like if you work hard enough at something, you can you get to Steph Curry level? No, but can you shoot? Yeah. So and I think that changed a mentality and it created a mold for a lot of players, a lot of especially influential on a lot of young people coming up for sure. So and how do you feel about three? Should Steph Curry be three or somebody else?
Uh, yeah, no, yeah, he three, cause we talking about in the sense of him being an icon, and like to
Yeah.
what you said, he has changed the way basketball is played, looked at every level, all the way down to kids in the AAU, high school, college, all of it's looked at, played differently because of the way that man came in and shot. Now you have coaches looking at players with like, well, maybe he can shoot like that. Maybe we let him shoot 8 threes a game. Let's see what happens. And to his credit, we kind of got Dame because of him. It was kind of a similar situation. Dame came from a similar situation, not the biggest, brightest lights college, but he
Small
played ball,
school.
got to the NBA. Yeah, like got to the NBA and killed. Showed everybody he could shoot this bitch from everywhere on the court, even from the other side of the half court line sometimes if he got to. So I mean, man, the man's icon. He's a reason why everybody feels like they have to be able to shoot now. He's part of the reason why we got so many players trying to transition into the stretch four, stretch five, all that stuff. Everybody is starting to realize that when you have the ability to shoot the three, it changes the game.
Yeah, I'm just note taking on my phone.
Yeah.
That's all. Uh, so hold on one second. Okay. Let's kind of fly through because I didn't we had a lot to talk about. We kind of got off topic with the Kobe thing. So and I'm not mad at that. I respect it. Let's fly through the 25. Then we'll kind of arrange and put people where we need to. Tim Duncan at 4. Quick thoughts. Brandon, go ahead. Tim Duncan. You had Tim Duncan at 2. That's your
Yeah,
2.
well, I mean, this is really the spot for Steph Curry for me. But yeah, I mean, the same thing I said before about Tim Duncan. Just 15-time All Defense, 4-time champion, like All Star every year. But I think his last year, like I mean, like Tim Duncan was relevant for the entirety of his career, all the way up until his last year. He was one of the 4 or 5 best defenders that entire time. Like it's just like when I talk about sustained excellence, like it's like LeBron and Tim Duncan for me because that's what I saw. These players who every year like playing deep into the playoffs. You see players don't play deep into the playoffs every single year and last. People
Yeah.
like are halfway through it and they're tiring out. That's what happened to the Timberwolves this past season. Like he was ready, available, and did all that every single time as the guy started like headed up an entire culture, a culture that they're still trying to, you know, they've been trying to rebuild for the last like 8 years since he's retired. Like he set the precedent for sustained excellence to me.
And same thing. Should he be 4? Or where do you at? How do you feel about
Mm,
Tim Duncan at 4? Real quick.
I got him at 5.
Okay.
I got him at 5.
So are you flip flopping him and Shaq?
Yeah. Now I will say I have him at 5, but I have Tim Duncan as the greatest power forward of all time. Like not even I don't think anybody's even close. I think there's a lot of great power forwards, but I think he's the greatest power forward ever, and then it's not close.
Okay. I got all right. So 5, Shaquille O'Neal. He's my GOAT center, but um, and you just kind of spoke to it about how you feel about Shaq. Where do you have Shaq, or are you cool with him at 5? You no, you said you got him at 4.
Yeah, I have him at 4.
Um,
He's my yeah,
okay.
my that's my goat center. That's my goat center as well. Like, bruh. Again, and
You'll never see
it's
it
funny.
again.
It's yeah, never see it again. And that's the funny part about it is I feel the same way about him as I feel about Kobe in the sense of
Yeah.
I get tired of seeing these 7-foot players playing soft. I hate it with a passion, and it is because
Yeah.
I got to see Shaq play. Like I'm just not for none of it, bro. Like you big, and I get it. It's basketball. It's a skill sport, but sometimes strength comes into play.
Yeah.
And if you got it, you got the size, you got the strength. sometimes people got to be moved out the way. And so yeah, nah, Shaq definitely top 5, definitely number 4 for me.
Okay. So they have 6. I think once you get past 5, it'll get interesting. So 6, they have KG.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that. But I gotta actually have a pretty crazy take about the cage because you said that Tim Duncan's like your best power forward ever. Honestly, I think Garnett are about as good as each other. I think Garnett is definitely more like talented, but I think Tim Duncan's more effective. It's weird because I feel like because Tim Duncan got to play with such like he played just under a better organization and under just better like a better situation, whereas
Yeah, he's
KG
had
was
better
like,
teams. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
and I want like I always
Tim
always
Duncan
wondered
came
what
into a
would happen.
championship team.
yeah,
Yeah, he got to play with David Robinson. What happens
off the
if
rip.
KG gets to do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And real quick, KG at 6. Cool with it. Hate
mm-mm,
it.
nope, dropping him.
Me
Yeah,
And
too.
to
I'm not
what
gonna
Brandon
lie.
said, I like KG. I love KG's intensity. I love his defense. I love how he shit talk everybody on the court. Cause if a motherfucker can talk you about your game, you damn near don't deserve to be playing. So like
Yeah.
all the motherfuckers he let all the people that let him talk about their game, like, hey, that's why you lost to him because you kind of deserve. But nah, I got Dwayne Wade at 6. You know that's
yeah.
my
Where's
boy. That's my
Yeah,
boy.
I got Allen Iverson at 6 too. I'm not
that's
gonna lie.
I was just gonna say like where's AI? Like
Look,
what?
but
Yeah,
we'll hold on.
yeah,
We'll
yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Hold on,
Oh
hold on.
man, yeah.
Because
When
I'm
we
7,
make
starting to get a
this
little upset
list,
here.
yeah, that's why I
hey, we
said
make this
7.
list, some people finna get dropped.
So
I gotta
so
put
7
AI
is
top 5.
yeah. So 7 is Jokic. I think that's recency bias, 100%.
I mean, just his resume is kind of crazy though.
I think he's definitely top. Was it top 25? He's definitely top 25, but
They
he's
got him
not
at 7
outside of.
though.
I don't got him outside of double digits. I don't have him above 10. Like that I could think of right off the top of my head. I don't have Nikola Jokic at any of the top 10 spots.
You
I
know
mean, you
what?
breaking boat records. You know what I mean? Like, what are you supposed
Yeah,
to say to?
All right.
he ain't dirt. Shit, that's what I got
Yeah.
to say about it. He ain't
I can
dirt.
name 10 that I just think of off the top of my head right now. It was like more iconic. Dwayne Wade at 8.
I love D Wade, but I mean, I can't hate this one. I mean, he's still top 10 for me. I just don't know where in that top 10 after 6. So
Yeah. And you said you got him at 6, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's my 6. How do you
Oh,
forget about
side note.
Christopher Grant?
Side
Oh
note, this
man,
conversation, side note, right? I heard y'all in a couple episodes last episode, I'm pretty sure y'all were talking about nicknames, right?
yeah,
I think that
yeah,
KD's best nickname is
it's
neither one
easy
of the ones
money.
that y'all said. No. I think it's
Uh,
Durantula. I like one word nicknames. I don't know why. I like one word nicknames. I don't or like when they be like the something or King James. Like I don't like that.
nah,
Like
man, I hate
I don't
Spider.
like that. But like Durantula, that's crazy. But anyway, so they got Katie at 9 and Dirk at 10. I guess we can talk about them both at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, can't hate it, but there's just so many good players. It's kind of hard to really think about. Like, is Dirk better than KD? Is KD better than Dirk? I think KD's better than Dirk, yes, but like, is he? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can make
More
the
iconic
argument.
is tough because like
I think
I don't
Dirk is
like.
more iconic.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
I think
man,
we're
Dirk
starting
But
to
Dirk
see
Katie's
that.
Nowitzki
better.
name carries so much weight, bro. Like
Yeah, I mean the Dirk fadeaway. Like that's
yeah,
like
like it's
everybody uses it.
I got
You
one
know?
thing on this. Is here's my thing. I think we're starting to see KD's legacy start to play out with some of these tall players that are coming in. Like look at Chet,
Yeah.
look
yeah, yeah.
at Bol. Like these tall players who are able
Brandon
to like play
Miller,
like wings. Yeah, exactly. They're all
But you
playing like
but you gotta
wings.
understand though that all of that started because of Dirk.
Yeah.
low key.
Dirk kind of walked so everybody else could run. And then they just took off Naruto running. Like they took off Naruto running, but you know.
I mean,
Um
really, if we're going back, it's all based on MJ. But I'm just yeah. Hey,
2000s. No, I'm playing. So number 11 and 12, Giannis and Steve Nash.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
see the
say I'm
rest of
put
the
it like
list
this.
before
I
I
don't
put a
agree with
Giannis
Giannis.
that high.
I think Giannis is way too high. I don't think he's iconic.
Yeah.
He's very gifted. He's probably the descendant of Zeus, but I don't think he is.
Right.
I think, I
Real life
don't think-
Hercules.
He want to hurt cousins. He want to Hercules cousins.
yeah.
All of his siblings are dark skinned, but he's the only light skinned one. So been touched by a guy for all we know.
Literally. So Steve Nash and
That's what I'm
James
saying.
Harden.
Like I got James, man, and it's like man, trying not to have a recency bias because it's like I gotta see the rest of his list because I just feel like James Harden's
Yeah.
definitely pop. Like James Harden might be top 10.
James Harden's actually iconic, but so is Steve Nash.
Yeah, like we talking
I
about
think when it's
icon. Like,
yeah,
bro, he's the reason why everybody's doing the step back.
nice step backs.
Yeah, like he's the reason why everybody is doing step back threes now. Everybody realized how overpowered of a move it really is to be able to move away from your defender and it while going into your shooting motion. Everybody
Yeah.
realized how truly powerful of a move that is in basketball because of him. So
Yeah.
Might go to now.
bro, it's almost foolproof. It's like, bro, you really got to be good at
I can
defense
just
to
trade
stop this. Like, you got to block
Yeah.
it on the way up.
Yeah.
And you got to know where I'm stepping to. Like, bro, that man there, bro, I didn't see, bro, I saw him do some stuff where he, like, faked the drive, did a hezzy, and, like, did this pirouette ass, like, backwards 2 steps for the step back. Like, it's like, bro, that dude's, he be thinking of stuff. He just be thinking of stuff and trying it on the court.
Yeah.
There's like footage of him practicing where he's like dribbling and he's isoing, but he's taking 2 steps to the side, like right here, and still
Yeah.
shooting left.
Ooh.
And I'm just
Bro,
like,
the
okay, I
off
can
the off
understand how that's
one.
hard to guard.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
So let's keep going because now that like we looking at this list, I'm actually like Steve Nash is probably way too high.
I
Because
honestly I can't say that because I think
Jason
he's proper.
Jason Kidd and Chris Paul, I think both of them are. Let's just go through the list and then we'll keep going. It's because it's tough, but you got Jason Kidd, you got Chris Paul, right? Then
Why?
so now, right?
The fun
We're
guy.
talking. We got board man get paid. We got the fun guy Kawhi Leonard, none other than himself at 8-16. And then Manu at 17, which
Bro, rappers
might
still talking about Manu, bro.
I might
It's
surprise y'all.
still
I think
Manu
Manu's
hard.
too low. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
he
lie. I think
is.
Manu's too low.
Yeah, I mean, was it?
He the reason why
Manu's like
James
the
Harden
modern
do the
slash.
Euro
Yeah,
step.
he
Yeah.
walks so James Harden could run for sure.
He's like
with the
he's
Euros.
like the modern point forward combo guard, like that can do everything at 6, man.
Then here comes the disrespect. They got Allen Iverson
Man,
at
that
18. That's entirely too low as
Look at the
as an
photo they
icon.
got of him.
Yeah, right.
Come on, look at the
Like
photo.
not
They
even
just don't like him.
not his jerseys. They don't got hit. Like he had, bro. That man was so raw. He had his own Sixers jerseys. Like you ain't gonna put a picture in the
Yeah.
black or the white or even the blue one. Like
This whole second stint jersey here that before he
right,
retired,
like
in
the
2011, like,
Andre Iguodala years jersey. Like come on, man. I don't do my man's like that.
And then 1920. So funny enough, I will say real quick on Allen Iverson, I would before Steph became Steph, I probably would have had Allen Iverson at 3. If there was no Steph, I would have had Allen Iverson at 3.
I feel
But
that.
Anthony Davis, Ray Allen, 1920.
I got Ray Allen over
Ray,
AD.
yeah,
For sure.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
For sure.
Like AD is way too high. I don't even know if AD's on his list.
Man, we talking about icon. My man's Ray Allen had a movie.
Yeah, I don't think Anthony Davis needs to be on this list.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Then 21 and 22, Tony Parker and Draymond Green.
I wouldn't
put Tony Parker?
I don't think I would put Draymond
over Westbrook.
Yeah, and they got 23 is Westbrook. I don't think I would. Westbrook goes higher, but I don't think he's
higher because of the people they got on this list.
Yeah, let's keep going because I can tell y'all right now.
Oh yeah, Powell.
Powell. I think he deserves to be on this list.
Motherfucking Luka.
There's too many people missing here.
Luka. I don't think.
Wait,
I
we
think
talking about
this is
20th. Where's T-Mac?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Where's
Where's Derrick Rose? Where's
Paul George? Even Like I'll even
Yeah,
give
yeah, you got to put him on here. They call him the
cause
goat.
cause
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
like
okay.
it's
Hey,
kids coming
where's
in saying that's they goat. Like
All right, let's. All
Paul
right, come
Pierce
on.
at?
who
Let's.
they
All right,
ask?
yo,
Who?
do they have any
Hey,
honorable
Dwight Howard?
mentions?
I'm
Nope.
sorry, Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Right?
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Come on. Let's make this list. Let's correct. All right. Now that we
Lord,
have seen
Lord.
the list, um, I figure after we get through the first like six, that's when it start getting when people start just putting their own bias on stuff and it start getting
Man.
wacky. But we about to cook
Crack
ESPN. Who is
commodity.
what is his name? Shout to Tim Bontemps. Shout out to him
Yeah.
because we about to cook your list and we gonna make it better.
But
All right.
you kind of bogus for leaving T
Oh,
Mac off. Like that's
there was a
crazy.
list. Sorry, not Tim Bontemps. He wrote the article, but it was a list of ESPN experts.
Mm.
Um, but
Experts, you say.
yeah, experts. It was probably I could guess
Experts left off
Kendrick
Tracy.
Kendrick Perkins made this list
When did Vince Carter jump over old boy?
in the 2000s.
What we doing? Like really? No Vince, no Tracy, no Derek?
All right,
Crazy.
all right, let's go.
People Anthony Davis off this list for one of them for sure. Off the
Yeah,
rip.
This is kind of hard. This is really hard because there's so many players. I just don't know where he got like why AD,
Right?
why Giannis. I don't feel like
20.
I don't feel like Giannis is like really solidified his legacy yet, and I just don't think we'll really
Yeah,
appreciate him until he's gone. So it's like
yeah, like
I don't know.
not as a icon, like as a basketball icon.
I just think no
Like,
Paul Pierce is.
no.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
while
even the
we
truth.
yeah, as
As
we
much as
make
I
this
don't like
list,
him, he was a killer. As much as I don't like Paul Pierce, because for some reason he think he better than Dwayne Wade. That shit crazy to me. But yeah, he was the truth. For real, he was the
yeah.
truth.
I just figure
Eh,
if we have Jason Kidd here, you gotta have Paul Pierce.
I
nah,
agree.
nah. But his nickname was tough. The truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
That's kind of
It's like
he was
someone
a
said
hooper,
that
bro.
we need good nicknames. Truth, big ticket, round mound to rebound, game
You gonna
change,
stop trying to sneak that
yo,
in, but that's not
yeah, round mouth.
Dr. J. Come on, Magic
the
Johnson.
round mound.
Wait,
Yeah.
Larry Legend. Come on,
I
bro.
think
These
I
mother.
think Magic I think Magic by far has the best nickname because it became his
His
persona.
real,
Like
yeah.
people call him Magic, they don't call him Irvin. Like people don't even know his name's Irvin.
Yeah.
Is
Him and
Ma-
Dr.
Aries.
J both.
Yeah.
You thought well, people think he a real doctor. He might be. He mess around might have his doctors and something just to solidify it. Like, no, I really am a doctor.
All right. Before we get into this list, y'all in the comment section, let us know who y'all got as y'all top 25. Is our list perfect? It is perfect. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's gonna be
Right.
perfect because we're experts. I mean, if people can just
Right.
say hey, they experts, yeah, we experts too. We
We're Wham
barbershop
Team
talk.
Pod experts. Like, what are you
Yeah,
talking about? Like,
we're Club Wham Team Pod experts, and y'all not. So, all
You're listen to
right,
us and our opinion on it, so you gotta listen.
yeah, all right, let's go. So one, y'all both said Kobe, right? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, Kobe. So Kobe one, two.
Brian. All right, yeah, we Brian.
Duncan.
I think this is where the
Oh yeah, he
split is
did.
at.
Yeah.
You know what?
Mm.
So,
I'll conform. We'll do LeBron in two.
all right,
Mm.
three.
Tim
So
Duncan.
the list has Steph at three.
I'm between AI, Steph, and Tim.
I might go there with you. If you go AI, I'll go there with you.
Over Steph.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I hate the way that the game's played because if you've played any pickup with kids, that shit, it sucks. I'm sorry, I'm running for boards all game. You coming over half court and pulling it, I'm not even there
Yeah,
yet. I'm huffing. I can only get two
there's a
games
lot
made
of people
before I'm
think they
done.
can shoot because of Steph Curry. Now, yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that kind of adds to his
It is a good shot.
legend as an icon. So
So who y'all got? Y'all got AI at three.
I mean, the problem is who are we picking at four?
I think the loser here.
So we
So
moving
y'all
Tim to 5?
so y'all have the combination of
Cause
who
I
at
got
3,
Shaq
4,
top
5.
5. So somebody gotta man. Look.
So y'all have okay. So here are the people that it sounds like are in discussion right now. So you have Shaq, you have Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, Steph Curry.
Yeah.
So if you by default, if you could figure out who goes above them or who goes last out of those four, then I think the rest will figure themselves out.
All right, I got Steph, Tim, Shaq, AI. I'm gonna move AI to 6.
Okay.
Is it crazy that I want to put KD in at 6 over Shaq?
Mm,
Like, look,
I get
No, that's kind of
as an
crazy.
icon. Nah, I got Shaq more iconic than KD.
I mean, okay, iconic. Okay, if we're going icon, yes. If we're talking
Hold
icon, I got
on, hold on,
Shaq
hold on, hold
over
on.
Kate over Steph.
So it's a combination of both.
So it's everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So combinations of superstar power,
Okay.
Okay.
skill.
Okay.
I don't
The
think it
court
changed
looked
my. I
different
don't
with
think it.
Steph Curry on the floor.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put KD at 7.
So
Just like I want to recognize how important KD's been to the NBA since like 2015.
Yeah, since he came in.
okay. So
Mm,
okay. So how do y'all feel? Are y'all locked at Allen Iverson at 3? I'm not mad at it. I just
I want to switch him and Steph. I'm not
yeah.
even gonna lie.
That's where I'm at. Like I'm like switching him and Steph Curry makes sense to me.
It's so tough because like, bro, if you
4
look
rings, no
at the
rings,
team, bro, yeah, the
only
4 is
unanimous
on, but
MVP.
when you look at the team Allen Iverson took to the finals,
Yeah, and then that team was trash. And then when Steph got a bad team, they didn't even do anything. Like,
yeah,
I'm with
we
it.
talking about 35-year-old Mutombo. We talking about Eric Snow. Like, I,
well, Steph's peak was higher than Allen Iverson's peak, but
he got the job done. Yeah, I give Steph that he got the job done.
but
He got his rings.
Allen Iverson influenced not only a culture, he influenced a whole culture where like before, like, he was wearing the jeans, the baggy jeans, and like the tattoos. Like NBA
Everybody
players wasn't
best
having
guard got the
tattoos
number
like that
3 because
until
of
Allen
him.
Iverson started doing that. Like they all tell you, they'll be like Allen Iverson influenced like a lot of that stuff. And then like if you even like think about how he influenced hoop, like Kyrie,
Yeah.
it's tough. I don't know.
Oh, Kyrie's not in the top 25. What? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
Well, we can make it our own list. So we making our own list. So are we I'm not trying to persuade y'all to do it. If y'all like, look,
It's
Allen Iverson
tough.
is at 3, cool, leave him at 3.
It's
But if
I
tough.
want to reward winning, so I think I'd put Steph. I'd swap Steph and AI. Only problem is I would probably put Tim Duncan over Steph. And then put Steph in AI. That's what I would do. Like it's because
okay,
I mean, I think same amount of wins, more accolades. It was like I mean, it's weird. It's weird. They're both great teammates. It's This is why this is
Yeah.
hard. This is why it is impossible to really like quantify how good these players are. This is all just our opinion.
I,
so
I'll still say Steph only because like his impact outside of the game of basketball. Whereas like as good as Tim Duncan is, he not a social media guy. He's not like, and his play style was not one
yeah,
that it help you sell shoes or something like that. Where so it's like I guess I think that's the only thing for me that keeps Steph above him. But I definitely agree with him being 4. So I think my 3, 4, 5. I got Steph, Tim, AI.
I agree to that.
Okay. So you have Steph,
Yeah,
Tim
switch Steph
Duncan.
to
Oh,
AI.
you flipping them. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna push the needle no more. We gonna move on because I had an interesting take on that. Okay. So Shaq. Shaq at 6 for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't feel good about dropping his rank anymore.
No, I could make the argument that we should probably make Shaq 4 and probably
Mm,
bring Tim Duncan down only because not on the court because the off the court stuff, the basketball the iconic stuff that we were talking about before, that stuff to me brings Tim Duncan down. But if y'all two agree, it don't even matter. It don't even it's not even up
But
for
you're right.
debate.
You're so right, though.
yeah,
You're so right.
yeah, yes.
Man, like, cause like Shaq been on TV nonstop since he got into the league.
Yeah, shit. He was
Then
on
like
TV
after
nonstop when he got in the league. When he was in
Yeah.
the league.
Shaq had Kazam and he
Yeah,
hey
movies.
Kobe, tell me how your ass tastes.
He got rap
Yo, that was pause
songs.
by the way. That was crazy.
Right, man's got a whole diss track. Like,
all right, I'm with it. Let's do it.
yeah, with Shaq,
I'm with
Shaq 4, Tim 6.
it. Shaq got
Okay.
3, Tim got 4. Shaq got the MVPs. Tim don't. So
And Shaq on Papa John's, and that got me through college. Shout out to Shaq. So then 7, KD.
I just think that
Where do you
I mean, it's
plug
been between him
in?
and LeBron is the best. I don't know. So
Yeah,
okay. I said this before. The top 4 during like from 2016 to 2020 was Steph, LeBron, KD, and Kawhi. They all kind of swapped between each other. I just think because KD, like every time we watch KD, anytime you watch him, you just get like you get more of an understanding about how good this guy is. Then when you watch these off-season workout videos about how fluent he is as a 7-footer compared to
yeah,
anybody else and how he's able to do it, I just think Katie's mastered the craft of basketball. And I
yeah.
think
Yeah,
He a
Hooper.
hooper.
he's Hooper personified.
Yeah.
Sound like you want to flip him and Tim Duncan.
No, stop. That's enough.
Okay.
Enough.
All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Um. So let's see. Let's talk about 8. Is this the list has? I'm pretty sure they have Dwayne Wade here at 8. Does Dwayne Wade fit on 8 on our list, or is there
Yeah,
somebody
I,
else
I, s- I
that should
say
be
D
there?
Wade then James Harden at 9. I had D Wade 8, James Harden 9.
Yeah, it's crazy. Um I have Steve Nash at 9.
All right. Here we go.
Why?
And
Here's my
here
thing. Here's my
we
thing. If we're
go.
talking about the modern offensive point guard,
Right.
that it was the AI style, which is the scoring combo guard, and then there's the Steve Nash facilitating shooter, right? I think the way that Nash was playing was the precursor to everything James Harden did. Now, in moving into Steph and Dame and now we got Trey Young, we got Darius Garland, you know what I'm saying? We got LaMelo Ball, all these players who have all kind of evolved their game based off what Nash was doing as a key ball handler. And like
Mhm.
like Harden was more of a scorer than facilitator. Obviously, he was both. He was an engine unto himself. I think like if Steve Nash had shot more, we would have just seen him differently. I just don't think he was trying to shoot.
I hear all that, right? I agree with it. This is the difference. If you take away passing the ball and you look at James Harden next to Steve Nash, one of them is unstoppable. One of them was so unstoppable that he didn't need a play ran for him. He didn't need nothing type of setup, no script. He really didn't need shit for about 3-4 years. James Harden didn't need no help from nobody to put 30 to 40 points on the board. I just don't. Outside of assists, I just don't see Steve Nash anywhere even close to James Harden. And then again with the outside of court stuff, kids do step backs. Pickup game people do step backs. People that don't even have the footwork to do them. His beard.
Step
For the
back
longest,
2 years.
everybody was talking about the James Harden beard. It's dudes I heard that paid to get them tracks put in on their face so they could have a James Harden beard. I just got James. I got James over Steve. That.
But it's
We
like,
know it. You know it a lot. You know he's out. You know they out here getting them fake beards. You know these boys getting the with the.
You're getting the implants.
Right.
I mean,
So
they both thrived in I think what is essentially the same system, like, just
yeah, but
different.
one
They
was
did,
better.
but one of them didn't even need that system to be that good. One of
Well,
them could have been as good as he was in any system anywhere.
I think that the D'Antoni offense unlocked both of their games because the Steve Nash that was in Phoenix was not the Steve Nash that was in Dallas. And
True.
then the same thing can be said. The Kevin McHale James Harden was completely different. High volume scorer, but the James Harden unlocked his passing under D'Antoni while still holding these crazy like scoring numbers. So like for me, I think James Harden ran the D'Antoni offense better than anybody who's ever ran it. And that includes Steve Nash. Like I think Steve Nash. Let me put it like this. This is a good way to put it.
Does Steve
Steve
Nash have all the success without Amari Stoudemire?
Steve Nash made it a hot song, but James Harden made it a hot summer. Shout out to does that make sense?
Mm.
Is that
But I mean, like, okay, so here's the thing about Harden, and I think we're starting to see his legacy unfold more with the Lucas coming in and with, like, you know what I mean, players like
yeah.
that. Just
Mhm.
that we've seen Nash's like successors, like again, Steve Nash walked so Steph Curry can run. Steve Nash walked so that Trey Young and Darius Garland and like all these ball dominant offensive hub point guards can come in and do their thing because they're brilliant passers, and like, they're not two-way players in the traditional point guard sense where they're like just setting up and going. It's crazy because without Nash there is no, like, I'm not gonna say there's no Harden without Nash. I'm not gonna say that. I will say it's what he was and like what he was getting into, especially right before they got Shaq on that team, to me was like a precursor to the modern NBA.
Okay. So what about
He gets credit for his toughness either. Steve Nash was a tough ass 6 foot point guard. Like
yeah,
he
let what about so there's I think there's a group of point guards, interestingly enough, that all have a argument to be in this area. So like let's we have Steve Nash, James Harden, Jason Kidd, um Chris
Derrick
Paul,
Rose.
Chris Paul. Also, does Derrick Rose fit in this conversation?
Aaron Williams.
I love Darren Williams, but unfortunately he can't he
He ain't.
didn't put enough work. He ain't put
That
enough pain
crossover
in.
was nasty, but these kids ain't
Yeah.
want to learn it. They ain't want to use it like they should have. Like
Um
that was he had nasty
also
crossover.
it's where does T Mac go in here? Is T Mac in this
Mm,
group right here?
No, not for me.
So this is gonna be pretty much 9 through like 15,
well, yeah. At that point, T Mac's in that group for me.
which T Mac was not on their list.
Yeah, T Mac's in that group for me.
And then we got Kevin Garnett, Jokic, Giannis, Dirk.
Oh man, this is hard. We'll
I
be
ain't
here
gonna
all
hold you.
day.
As a Giannis fan, I'm kicking him off the list.
You got Manu, Russ.
Probably kicking Luca off the list too.
Yeah, Luca can't. Yeah, this
Yeah,
dude.
it's still
Shout out to you,
early.
Luca, but
Yeah,
you
he
can't be on this list. You ain't put
gotta
enough
win
pain in.
something. Gotta win some.
Pain. All right, so let's Steve Nash, James Harden, Jason Kidd, Chris Paul.
I get Steve Nash 11. But I
and
just feel like
KG,
where Chris Paul falls
KG,
on that
Dirk.
all-time assist
Oh,
list
hold on. This might
as the
decide it
point
all.
guard.
Where does Dirk go?
10, hard 10 for me. I think.
Shit. Yeah.
Hard
Okay.
10.
So let's
Yeah.
lock Dirk at 10. They also had Dirk at 10. So what about Giannis? Do he like fall off?
Yeah,
Or
I got him off the list completely, possibly
okay. What about
right
Manu?
now.
I don't got Manu
Manu's in there.
but not top 15 to me.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
he's on the list.
okay.
Because James Harden's on the list. You gotta have Manu.
Yeah.
Because
It's
he,
like
Right.
if we're gonna put it'd be the same thing if we put Paul George on this list. We also have to put T Mac
because that's where it started.
evolution
James
from
Harden
there.
started his offensive domination with the Euro step.
So T Mac on, Luca off the list
Giannis
completely, right?
off,
Giannis likely falls off. I think we would have to
possibly
have somebody
Jokic.
replace. We would have to have somebody replace those three because then I think that puts us at like 22.
So I'm
So
taking Tony Parker off completely too.
We tossed that one.
okay,
I
Uh,
think
all
Tony
right.
Parker was poor
I
man.
don't
He
care for the guy
poor
that
man.
played with Chris Smoove. Like that's the only thing I remember of Tony Parker is that he played a game with Chris Smoove. And I don't even know if they played 2K. They might have played like a Forza game or something like that.
Playing a racer, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like I don't man.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Tony Parker.
Well,
We got
all right.
you know,
So
scoot that name off
what
the
about
list.
Powell? Does Powell?
I'm not
What about?
listen. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I love on my list. I appreciate
Okay.
him for
It
that.
might be room for him.
So now that we have Dirk locked at 10, right?
All right. Hey, you gotta put Derrick Rose on the list.
Yeah, Derrick Rose. So Derrick Rose needs to be considered. Paul George. Um,
Yeah, we go Paul George.
Paul.
Why?
Paul Pierce.
Yeah, Kawhi.
Paul Pierce.
It's crazy because Kawhi you could put him at 10 because I feel like he's more accomplished than everybody before him on his list.
What about Vince Carter?
Yeah.
Best or iconic?
Hey man, Vince was a
Both.
dog. Vince was nasty.
It's a both conversation.
Vince was nasty.
Do you think that Vince Carter was better or as good as T Mac?
Yes.
No, I think he has more. Vince Carter has more accolades, but I think T Mac was the better player by far. More talented. Let me put it that way.
More. I think it's Vince Carter comes off like a
think
basketball player. T Mac comes off like a hooper. Kind of like
Okay.
going back to that debate.
What
I can
about
see that. I can see. I can see that. I mean, Vince was an amazing shooter, but I do see that as far as like
Hold
the
on.
only thing the only thing with Vince Carter was his ability to create. I can say
Hold
I can
on.
say I don't think I've seen that all as much as I've seen T Mac create his own shot, and I saw T Mac go back
Fuck
and
all
forth
that.
with Kobe
Where is
Bryant.
Carmelo Anthony?
Oh shit!
Right as hell.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, you know what? You
yeah.
right, and a
Oh,
couple people getting dropped. If we gonna be real about it,
Yes.
Melo at 9. Fuck, we talking
Yes.
about
Yes.
Carmelo Anthony at number
Yes.
9.
Yes. The Carmelo
Fuck
Anthony
the
goes.
bullshit. My man's barely played his last 5 years in the NBA. Top 10 all time scorer. Carmelo motherfucking Anthony.
sorry, Vince Carter gotta go. If you put
Yeah, some people gotta get dropped.
Hey, look.
I'm glad you said that. I don't know how the fuck we
I,
forgot Melo. That's
yo,
crazy.
almost took a fat L for
That's
that.
my
Yeah.
dude, bro. How
Honestly,
we
that list,
fuck we forgetting
that the
Melo?
ESPN article needs one too. Because where
Yo,
is
they
Melo on
yeah.
the
Yeah,
list?
you right, but I mean, we know how they feel about
ESPN,
Melo. That they be
LSPN,
hating on the homie.
ESPN, LSPN. That's the L article off the rip. Um,
Hmm.
Breezy, Kyrie Irving,
Chris Bosh.
Johnson.
Yeah, who do we
okay,
give this
let's
25th spot to?
so we got some honorable mentions, obviously, right? So now that we move Carmelo at 9. The top,
1 through 9.
yeah, 1 through 9 is locked.
That's it.
Those are locked. Everybody else is. I'm I'm going to make a proposal, right? If Ray Allen is on this list, should Klay Thompson also be on this list?
I think I might. I don't want to swap the
I'm
two
not
out.
saying you remove one or you take one or the other, but
No.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
I'm gonna
was kind
say
of
no,
reaching.
cause shooting, yeah, it's close. Everything else, Ray Allen was a dog. Ray Allen dunked on some people. Like we said, Ray Allen had a movie with Denzel Washington. I don't think Klay Thompson's ever had a movie with Denzel Washington. I'm just throw that out there.
Okay, let's let's try to figure out this list. This is tough. This is where it gets tough,
It
right?
is.
From 10 to 20 is where it gets wacky, right?
we forget
So
Dwight Howard too. God dang. Okay, all
Yeah,
right,
well,
next
yeah,
topic.
we gotta put
I would
Dwight
put
on the list. We gotta
I would
put
take
Dwight on the list.
I would put Dwight over Vince Carter. I would put Dwight in before Chris Bosh.
Vince didn't get a ring, right? He didn't win.
No.
Oh, he
They got
didn't. He
close in New Jersey. They got
2010. He
close.
went
Yeah.
in 2010 and lost when he played with Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, he was on that team. I forgot. Yeah, he was coming off the
So
bench for
I
them.
would yeah, so where
Mm,
so I get for me, right? I'm putting Jason Kidd over Steve Nash. But I have James Harden higher than both of them. So I have based off the list, I got James Harden at 10, Jason Kidd at 11. No, I take that back. I got Dirk. No, fuck, this is tough.
I got
I
Dirk at
got you know
10.
what?
I'm
I
gonna
got T
cast
Mac
my
at
vote for 10. I got Dirk at 10.
I got T
Get
Mac at
one
10.
veto. You get one veto. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll live with. I'll live with Dirk at 10, Nash or no Dirk, Harden, Nash, Kid. I'll live with that. The hard part for me is that Kid in the early 2000s was so successful, going to the finals 2 times in a row with New Jersey. Nash never got there.
Yeah.
But I think Nash had the higher. I think Nash at his height was probably better. He just played in a tougher conference. He played in the West. It's hard. That's
Jason
tough.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd won a ring in the West. His
He
one
He
did.
ring
played.
That
He
was
he
was,
Dallas.
did.
but that
Yeah,
but
he
that was
did.
with
He was
Dirk
on that
though.
Mavericks team. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, Dirk
I'm
went
giving that to
yeah,
Dirk
Dirk
though.
went
Like,
unconscious. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
can't put Kid over Harden or Nash. I just don't think he was as good as either of them.
I think he was better
Dirk
than
Dirk is lock at 10.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I would put
James
James
Harden
Harden
is
over Jason Kidd for sure.
yeah. I mean and this okay, so this is the backup part for me is Dirk's 10. I kind of feel like Kevin Garnett might be 11. Not gonna lie. Looking at the
Why
rest of the
just the
list,
era they played in? Yeah,
yeah, just because
I'm not mad at that.
just because of like the skill, the fact that like Kevin Garnett could do everything on the basketball floor, was
Yeah.
an amazing defensive anchor, defensive voice for every team he played on, and he got it done. That ring, even though it was with Paul Pierce, Rondo, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett was the whole reason why their defense was as good as it was, in my opinion. I feel like he did a whole lot of anchoring, guiding Kendrick Perkins, making sure Tony Allen could stay on his guy. Like it was a lot of stuff that watching the Celtics play against the Lakers, watching that series, is a lot of stuff. I just feel like if they didn't have Kevin Garnett, they don't win at all. I don't even think it's close.
Like the only true 99 in history. Like
Yeah, yeah, man. Like
70 came in at a 99 straight up, and that never happens.
he was nasty.
The big ticket, bro. It's hard.
And the
I'll live with that.
nickname. And the nickname.
I'll live with Garnett at 11. I can't. I can't, in good conscience, put Jason Kidd over Harden and Nash. I can't do it.
Yeah, nah. James Harden's over there. Yeah, we'll go James Harden 12. And I think I'm okay. I'm okay with Steve Nash over Jason Kidd. I'm okay with it. Cause I honestly feel like they're about even, but I can see where Steve Nash probably was a better passer. I feel like Steve Nash probably was a better passer. But I can see, I got Steve over Jason Kidd. The weird
It's
part
tough.
for me though is I feel like Chris Paul is better than both of them, but I'm okay with them being over him in the list.
Yeah, I think more accomplished for sure. I mean, it's tough because Chris Paul. I mean, I just think Chris Paul has had the worst luck of any star player ever.
Yeah, as far as health, yeah.
I hate to throw in another name in this conversation, but what about Yao Ming? Is that nah? He
Uh,
didn't play long enough.
8 seasons is good, but like, nah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So KG, James Harden, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd,
Yeah.
Chris Paul,
Mm, mm,
Manu.
mm,
I think Ray Allen
mm.
go way down because I
I
think
got
T Mac. I think T Mac going here somewhere at this point.
that's what I was gonna say. I got T Mac, Kawhi, Kyrie, Russ for the next 3. So
You
T Mac
dropping Chris
15,
Paul?
Kawhi 16. Shit. Oh man.
For Chris,
And that's when it gets
boy.
rough. Is that point guard situation, the Kyrie Westbrook Chris Paul situation. And you got to throw Derrick Rose in that conversation with them too. It's like, bro, those are 4 amazing in their own right point guards, bro. That's a
I
tough one.
think so.
I
I
got
think
T Mac 15 for sure though. T Mac 15.
I think Westbrook is properly rated right now at 21.
okay.
Maybe. It's quite possible.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I
I would
don't
have
want to
to
put
have Westbrook
Rose.
over D Rose because of multiple triple double seasons. Is the
Yeah,
only
you
reason
can't.
I would put him over Derrick Rose.
I ain't gonna lie. Paul Pierce. I love his confidence, but he might not make this list.
He might be just hard number
He might be,
25.
yeah, he might be
Dwight
where he
Howard got
at.
to be in here. Dwight has to be in here.
Yeah. Oh
Dwight
man.
has to be in here, and I don't really know where to put him. I kind of want to put him at 21 over Westbrook just because of the 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards, but the 4-time triple double champ, like triple double, like that's crazy. Like, so it's like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
MVP. Dwight Howard never won MVP. Um,
are we putting Kyrie over Westbrook? Are we putting Kyrie over
Dwight
no.
might
Dwight?
Dwight might be 25 for me, and that was specifically because of the Lakers stint. I didn't like how
The
that
first one.
last playoff game. Yeah, I didn't like how that last playoff game went. It it just looked like people were upset and they quit, and I ain't like that. So I kind of, he might be 25, but Dwight definitely up here. I don't, man, it's
Do we
tough.
have
Yeah,
Jason
Paul
Kidd
Pierce
too
might not
high?
make it. We might,
I ain't gonna think it like
we
Relevant point
might,
guards of the
we might.
2000s. Jason, but it's weird because Jason Kidd was considered the best guard during that time.
yeah, I
Yeah.
love Jason
But I
Kidd.
think, but it's like it's kind of after the fact. It's like hindsight with him. Um, I don't know what his competition was like in the East. Those first, like in the early 2000s when he was doing his thing. Because like LeBron and them came in 04 after he was already declining. He wasn't like the greatest in Phoenix or in that Dallas stint. Second time around, he retired 2 years later. He was only averaging like 10 points a game
What
on that
about
match.
Yeah.
I think Kawhi's too high. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro. 2-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
2-time
let's
Finals
Who's
MVP.
15? Let's start there.
yeah, let's
Who's
let's try to
15?
wrap this up.
Kawhi's
We've been
15.
we've been going at this for almost an hour. Let's try to wrap this up. We gotta get
Yeah.
some finality to this.
Who's 15?
Who's 15?
Is it T
Kawhi's
Mac?
15.
I'm gonna make the argument for T Mac.
I got Kawhi at 15. I just think at his height, he was challenging. When he was at his height, he was probably the best player in the league. 2019
Kawhi is the
playoff run
only
can't be
player I've
denied.
ever seen defend LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Giannis.
All right, so it sounds like y'all got Kawhi. 16.
Yeah, I'll go Kawhi T Mac. T Mac
I'm cool
16.
with Chris Paul at 16.
I got T Mac. It's on you.
Sustained success, man.
Oh, I got T Mac for sure.
I'll do it. Okay.
Basketball icon. So now here's the real sauce. Chris Paul. Is Chris Paul locked at 17?
Yeah, I think he's fine there.
Yeah. No.
Okay. What about
No.
okay?
No.
Okay.
I'm
Who?
vetoing that.
Okay, who?
Kyrie. I'm vetoing
I,
Chris Paul for Kyrie.
can I make the argument for Russell Westbrook to be right there?
That was my other thought. I'm listening.
Yeah.
That's it. Hey,
I was gonna argue for Dwight Howard right there. I thought Dwight Howard was the best player on his team. Like more successful was the best player on his team versus the other two.
He did get to the
I
finals.
feel like
He did get to the
as
finals.
tertiary pieces, I think Dwight Howard and Chris Paul should be right next to each other.
all right. Fuck
I
it.
agree, but I'm putting both of them below Westbrook. I go Kyrie, Russ, Dwight, Chris Paul. Because 4 defensive player of the years
Kyrie.
is crazy when you not Rudy Gobert.
Timeout.
Anybody
I'm
that ain't Rudy Gobert that does that is amazing.
I'm gonna ask this in a respectful way because I love Kyrie, but why is Kyrie where he's at?
Yeah, same.
What has he
think
done to be there? No, that sounds crazy. Like that sounds crazy
it's
the way
not
I'm
crazy.
asking it.
It's not crazy. It's not crazy because he's from the Allen Iverson mode. He's like
Yeah.
he's from that mode. Like it makes sense. I just like as a tertiary piece, he's been incredible, but as his own thing, are we really putting him over Chris Paul? I just feel like Chris Paul's led more teams and been less of a headache to those teams. Like, and
Chris
then
Paul
same
wasn't
thing
part
with
of no
Westbrook.
Okay.
Chris Paul wasn't part of that 3-1 rundown. I'm gonna say it like that. I ain't see Chris
Opposite end
Paul.
of
I ain't see Chris Paul game Steph
Damn,
Curry
man.
in the final seconds of Game 7.
I would put
I ain't see CP do that. I saw Kyrie do that.
okay, so you saying okay, so the champion the comeback from the 3-1. That's
Yeah,
actually a great point. That's
his
actually a
role
great
in
point.
that because it was like 2
Yeah.
of them games where him and LeBron both
Yeah,
scored over
45.
30.
Yeah, like
That's what
45.
I'm saying. Like, hey,
Um okay, so
Kyrie a
let's
dog, and he did that
so
shit on the highest stage.
for sake of moving on, um Kyrie, Chris Paul, Dwight Howard at 19.
Yeah, I can't deny those defensive player of the years, and then the finals run.
If
Uh,
if we gonna put him at 19, Russ got to be 20.
Yeah. Russ is right. Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. That's cool, man.
Because I honestly between I can honestly say but 17 to 20 they're interchangeable. So it's like
Yeah.
now the bottom 5
Gotta put Manu
two
on there, man.
so
Gotta put Manu.
two
so
people got to come off.
champion or 3-time champion.
And I think it's Chris
Uh,
Bosh and Vince Carter. I ain't gonna lie. It might be no. I think
Nah,
it's
man.
Vince Carter and
Paul
Paul
George got
Pierce.
man.
are we forgetting about Paul Pierce's early
I
career, bro?
don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I don't. Does Paul George deserve to be on this list? Because we've seen him go to a lot of teams with a lot of high caliber players and nothing come of it. I'm gonna be tough on him. I'm gonna be tough on Paul George. He comes off for me. Him and Chris Bosh are off for me. Because I love Paul George. I love all the two-way all stars in the NBA. I love all of them.
Mhm.
But I ain't seen him get nothing done. I haven't seen him really win something. Really be the reason why a team got over something. I just can't, and I can't say that about him. And you can say that about everybody else on this list.
We're missing somebody pretty major on this whole list too, which is real tough. Missing Jokic.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought we
I
was.
don't know.
I thought we were skipping past the
Talking about
Jokic thing
skill,
because
we're talking
he
about
just
skill.
he was
Is T-Mac,
skilled but not
Kyrie,
iconic.
Chris Paul, or Dwight Howard, Westbrook, or anybody else on this list not in that top 10 better than Jokic?
I don't know.
How about this? 21 is where Jokic goes.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, the three-time MVP is crazy. I mean, if we're doing that, we're also missing on Giannis, who's
Wait.
back-to-back. Like, it's just
No,
like,
no. I remember why we didn't put Jokic in. It was because this captures from 2000 to now.
It's early. I feel like it's too early for Jokic. I feel like Jokic is
Yeah,
definitely
I
gonna
think
be
that's
on this
why we
type of
left them
list
off.
in the
Yeah,
future, but yeah, I think it's too
Jokic and
early.
Giannis, like, is now in 2030. If we went back and did this, I think Jokic
Yeah.
obviously
Jokic
makes
ain't
the
done
case.
being great. Jokic ain't done being great.
it's just hard because of where he's at right now. He's already up there on this list with like everybody here.
Yeah,
It's like, I
but
mean,
I think his
realistically,
icon factor is what
Manu,
drops him down.
Ray Allen, D
Yeah.
Rose, Paul Pierce, they don't even touch it. They don't touch him in
Hey
terms
man,
of like,
I cried when Derrick Rose got hurt. So I
I'm from
can't put
Chicago.
Jokic
All
over
right,
him.
I think Derrick Rose goes 21. That's what it sounds like to me.
Been thinking about that D Rose and it has I have goosebumps thinking about it.
Right?
Don't ever
Bro,
remind me.
it just makes me sad every time I think about it, because it was just like, bro, that's my guy, bro. Like he's so raw. Like
Yeah, so Derrick Rose go
I'm really
21.
hoping Ja is like him. I'm hoping like this year when Ja come back and start hooping, bro. I hope it's some MVP season Derrick Rose shit. I really hope he come back and just kill everybody in front of him.
So are y'all good with Derrick Rose at 21?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I do want Jokic on this list though. I'm gonna use my veto on one as one of them. Okay, I'm taking off Vince Carter and I'm putting Jokic on, but I'm putting Jokic in at 16 over T-Mac. I'm dropping T-Mac down to like 23 where Ray Allen is and pushing Paul Pierce to keeping him at 25. Hey, no, it's just where it's not five vetoes, it's where you put Jokic in how it moves the rest of the list.
So we could just say Chris Bosh off.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think how the rest of it set up is fine. I'm fine with Manu, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce.
We have a nice little hodgepodge here. No 2020s, but we good. It's like, I mean, if we're going all the way to now, I mean, is Manu, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce on Luca's level? Are they? You know what I mean?
Manu,
That's
yeah.
tough.
Luka haven't done
Manu,
enough.
yeah.
That's why you didn't admit Luka haven't.
I'll say Manu is. I'll say he is straight up. I feel like prime Manu. I feel like he could score in this. Like if he was
Not a
the
six
number
man.
one guy, like yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he was like had the Luca position, like hey, this your team. I feel like Manu scores 30, 40 a game, like goes crazy like that because the man came in off the bench and would get 20 in fucking 10 minutes. Like crazy shit. Like he would just get it going and go crazy.
Put up 10, 5, and 5 all the way into the end.
Yeah,
All right.
like
So to
yeah.
round out the list, I'm not gonna read all these names because that's a lot of names. But we started with Kobe at 1, Paul Pierce at 25. This was not easy, 100%.
Not at
Could have
all.
gone for
So
another hour easy.
yeah, we easily could have been going at this for another 2 hours. But um, in the comment section, y'all tell me how y'all feel about our list. Who would you have where? Um, am I going to say that like I can respect ESPN and their list? I mean, sure, kind of, I guess, because this is not easy. But
No.
they had Carmelo completely off of it. So
They
Yeah,
like
didn't
you
even
no.
had
try. They didn't try. I don't care. They didn't
yeah
try.
yeah they didn't
They
try
missing Melo and T Mac. Nah.
yeah.
Nah.
So,
Best
so I
NBA
think
players last 25 years, and
yeah.
that's what.
In my own words, ESPN smoking dust. But and again, in the comment section, make sure y'all tell us how y'all feel about this list. Make your own list in the comments. Uh, as
Any players
always,
y'all got on this list that we don't have on this list,
yeah,
and where y'all think they should rank?
yeah,
I feel like the name here that we're missing, but like it's let us know. Please.
yeah. Are we missing somebody? Do we feel like do we leave some people off who should be on? Whatever. But let us know. As always, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video, so y'all can see the best tier list of all time. Because it's exact or best ranking list, not tier list. Because that's exactly what this is. This is the best list that we come up with. We out of here. We'll see y'all later. Peace.